Not a good start. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Trench Grenade channel. I am your host, the average Tisas Raider burn down series enjoyer that your mom says that we have at home. Thanks for watching. Guys, the purpose of today's video is we're going to be burning down this Raider to 1,000 rounds from the 0 round mark to 1,000 round mark out here on the range. At this point, all that I ask that you guys do is hit the like button, as that is mega base and helps out the channel more than you know. And comment down below your Combat Llama emojis, as well as your predictions for the M45A1 clone from Tisas, the Tisas Raider. Now, I should note, the first rounds fired through the gun just now, the first 8 rounds fired through the gun, we had 1 malfunction already. I will post that in the intro, so you guys have probably already seen it. So, not a great start for the Tisas Raider, but there is a 100 to 200 round break-in period kind of expected with these guns, so it'll be a very interesting day today. If you guys want to support the channel, today's video is brought to you by you, the members of the Patreon and the Ammunition Fund. If you want to support the channel, please use the link down below and donate to the Ammunition Fund, as the gun is bought and paid for by me, as well as all of the ammunition that we will be shooting today. I'm going to show you guys the ammunition that we are shooting today, but just make sure you guys hit the like button and donate down below if it interests you. I just want to give you guys kind of a rundown of what we will be using, the magazines we'll be using, and the ammunition. All of the ammunition, again, is provided by you, the members of the Ammunition Fund and the Patreon, but we will be shooting all 230 grain full metal jacket ammunition from AAC, okay, just standard ball ammunition, because it runs the best in these guns, is what I found during the first couple thousand rounds with the M1911A1, okay? Magazines, we'll have 1 Wilson Combat magazine, a ton of Springfield Armory magazines, as well as some Metgar mags, okay? So we will be documenting exactly what malfunctions we have with each magazine type. What are my predictions? Well, post your predictions down below on what will happen today, but what I'm guessing is we're going to have roughly 5 to 6 malfunctions is my guess, with the same type of failure to feed or just slide locking to the rear malfunctions like we saw during the opening, okay? So that is my predictions for the gun. I want you guys to go down below and post what your predictions are for the M45, the M45A1 that your mom said that we have, also known as the Raider, okay? Now, in my infinite wisdom, I did forget my shooting gloves, so we'll be using outdoor research shooting gloves, unfortunately, so that's going to suck. But without further ado, let's just get right into the burn down footage and see how it goes. Last administrative note, guys, we will be showing the accuracy on these 2 reduced C-zone silhouette targets. We'll be shooting from roughly 25 to 30 meters throughout the day. This is what they look like to begin with, and I'll be documenting the accuracy, keeping in mind we will not be slow firing, as this is a burn down, but I will be showing you both targets as we transition throughout today's shooting, okay? So just keep in mind, I am filming by myself today, so just keep in mind the targets and the accuracy testing will be occurring concurrently, okay? You might notice I have no voice right now. That's what happens when you're a drill sergeant leader by day and a fake gun trooper by night. So you'll just have to deal with kind of the raspy voice as we go through this burn down, okay? Oh, that is not good. All right, just tried to put the slide in the battery, and what you guys can see there is the gun did not failure to feed already in the very second magazine through the gun. Okay, we're in battery. Okay, no issues with that magazine. No issues. That was a Tisas magazine, kind of an 8 round magazine. It's kind of sluggish to go into battery. Malfunction number 2. Okay, slide lock back on his own. Again, I've been shooting 1911s my entire life, and I've never had issues like this where the slide just wants to lock back on its own. There we go. Okay, slide lock back on his own. Malfunction number 2. I am not riding the slide release at all. Malfunction number 3. Keeping in mind this could be the break-in period, guys, but we are going to document everything, as we are not bought and paid for by anybody, and Tisas may hate this video, but that's just the nature of the beast. Okay, with a light tap, the gun went back into battery. Malfunction number 3. Okay, 3 malfunctions, only a few magazines in. Not a great look. We'll just see what happens. Weird, doesn't want to go into battery. Malfunction. Well, we won't count that one as a malfunction because I was able to get it in with just a pullback on the slide and hit the rear of the gun. 3 malfunctions so far. Okay. I will be fair. I'll document. If I feel that it's like a legitimate malfunction, I'll document it. But if it doesn't seem like it is a malfunction, then we won't. So 3 malfunctions so far. Okay, same issue where that round isn't wanting to, it's failure to feed. It doesn't want to go up into the chamber. We'll call that one a malfunction. Well, we'll say we're at 3. 3 to be fair. Here, after 2 more magazines, if we're still getting the same issue, then we're going to start documenting them as a malfunction outside of the break-in tolerance here. Malfunction. Okay, failure to feed. That is a legitimate malfunction. I'll show you where the gun is printing. I'm aiming right here, okay, with the Raider. I'm aiming dead center. The gun is printing low left. And no, that's not the meme of like, hey, the gun is shooting low left. This gun is actually printing low left. We are at 4 malfunctions right now. The rounds are having a failure to feed where it's not wanting to go up and into that ramp. So we're going to keep documenting it throughout the break-in area, but I just wanted to show you the gun right now is printing low left. I'm going to work on the head box for the next set of magazines. We're going to work on the head box. Again, the gun is having a little bit of a teething issue breaking in. Hopefully it continues to work itself out here. 4 malfunctions so far, working on the head box, slow fire. Okay, I'll show you. Malfunction number 5, failure to feed. Okay, everything from here on out will be documented as a malfunction. Okay, failure to feed. Okay, 5 malfunctions so far. That last one was a failure to feed. Okay, now guys, when I'm racking the slide, I'm pulling it all the way to the rear and releasing. I'm not using the slide stop at all. Okay, another failure to go into battery there. Okay. Slide locked back on its own, malfunction number 6. Slide is locked back on its own. I'll kind of show you guys there. Oh, other side. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Okay, there you go. You see how the slide is activating on it. The slide stop is activating on its own ever so slightly. Malfunction number 6. Malfunction number 7. Failure to feed. That one has nothing to do with the slide stop. Malfunction number 7. You can do it, little guy. There we go. Okay, 7 malfunctions. Oh boy, Tisas guys are going to be on life support after this one. Hit the like button, donate to the ammunition fund. Pull back, release. Malfunction number 8, failure to feed. Slide locked back on its own. 8 malfunctions so far. Good lock back. Wilson Combat Mag. Okay. No issues with the Wilson Combat Magazine. It's already getting some fouling, which is kind of Boba Fett looking. 8 malfunctions, let's keep rolling. Clunk. Malfunction number 9, failure to feed. Okay. All right, guys, I'm going to load up some magazines. 9 malfunctions so far with the Tisas Raider. So I have no dog in this fight, but obviously I want the gun that I purchased to run. So far, we're at, I believe, 8 malfunctions, all the same exact malfunction. The gun just doesn't want to go into battery for whatever reason, okay? Maybe it's a break-in teething issue, but what we can say is it's not a magazine issue, because these are the same magazines in a number of different, we got Metgar, Springfield, Kimber, I believe, and Wilson Combat magazines. So a ton of different magazine types. What we can say for sure is it's not the magazine that's the issue at this point. We know it's the gun, okay? We know it's not the ammo. The guns we have found out like AAC 230 grain full metal jacket ammo. So at this point, we're just going to keep shooting, keep documenting, and hopefully the gun in the next 50 rounds or so starts to get its life together. Again, guys, post your comments down below. Every comment helps, and make sure you're donating to the ammunition fund, as I'm trying to stay mostly unsponsored and crowd funded, because it keeps everything more streamlined and transparent, okay? So stand by while I top off the. I do want to note for the audience, the gun has been properly cleaned and lubricated prior to starting testing, okay? The gun is clear and safe. The gun has been properly cleaned, properly lubricated, with absolutely no excuses as to why it should be having any sort of malfunction at all outside of a routine break-in period, okay? You can see there is CLP leaking from the outside of the gun pretty much everywhere, and so it has been maintained and properly lubricated. So for all the 1911 fanboys that inevitably jump into the comments and say, well, there was no lubrication, nope, the magazines are all cleaned and are good to go, and the ammunition is all brand new factory ammunition, okay? We're going to test this gun here after this burn down, and you're going to hopefully see no issues with the M1911A1. But yeah, the gun has been properly cleaned, properly lubricated, and that is not a factor today. 9 malfunctions, at least it's not like 102 degrees out here. Sarcasm. Okay. Malfunction number 10, failure to feed. Okay. Malfunction number 10, failure to feed. Come on, baby. You can do it. Come on, baby. We're rooting for you. 10 malfunctions in the first couple hundred rounds. Try to use a slide stop. Okay. Okay, there's hope. I think that was our second time we've had a magazine without a malfunction. Again, 10 malfunctions so far. Oh my gosh, I jinxed it. From now on, we're going to use a slide stop to see if the slide release will actually get into the battery better than pulling back and releasing. Malfunction, failure to feed. Give you guys a good look. Malfunction number 11, failure to feed. Okay. All right, that was the last round of that magazine. 11 malfunctions. Gun is getting hot. I have to put on my winter gloves here in a second. That's going to suck. Oh, I forgot our plan. Okay, there we go. We're not going to count that. 11 malfunctions. Tight grip, making sure I'm doing everything right on my end. Gun is shooting left. The gun is shooting slightly low, slightly left. Okay, no issues with that magazine. Just got hit in the face by brass. No issues with that magazine. Slide stop. Clunk. Barely went into battery. Put the weapon on safe. Show you guys the carbon buildup so far. Ooh, the grips are loose. I'll tighten them down here in a second. Weapon's on safe. Both the right and left side grips are loose. I can feel them moving in my hand. Okay, I'm going to cut and tighten down these grips. At this point, I'm going to show you guys that I'm not crazy. We're going to tighten these grips up. Yep, way loose, dude. Okay, that one's tight enough for now. Bottom one was loose too. Okay, tight enough for now. Weapons on safe. Tons of carbon buildup already, which is fine. Just looks cool. Yep, loose as well. Way loose. That one was way loose. Okay, grips are tight enough for the test. We're going to continue testing. Again, checking accuracy, just to show you guys, obviously we're not like slow firing by any means, but the guns are still printing low left, okay, and low left. All right, you guys can kind of see that. So it's not me, trust me, I'm aiming dead center. The gun itself is printing low left. Same with this one, okay? We did not have that issue with the M1911A1. We had no accuracy issues with that gun. This gun, it just seems like the sights are off or something is off from the factory with either the rifling in the barrel or the sights, okay? So more to follow on that during the debrief. Nice, no issues with that magazine. That was a Springfield magazine, I believe. Another Springfield magazine coming up. Malfunction number 12. Failure to feed. You guys are right along with for the ride like me. Okay, 12 malfunctions. Malfunction number 13. Failure to feed. They just can't get up into the chamber. Come on, baby. Trying to help you out here. There we go. Okay, 13 malfunctions. Stand by. I think the biggest disappointment so far with this Tisas test is that the 1911A1 had so few issues in the first video we filmed, and then after that, everything has been so far downhill from there, right? I'm giving the gun as fair of an opportunity as I can to make it work. I want it to work, but right now, it is most definitely disappointing me, okay? I guess that's really all the words of wisdom I have so far is, you know, I'm avoiding the slide stop, but right now it's not even the problem. The slide stop isn't even the problem. It's the gun just the rounds will not feed up and into the chamber out of the magazines, okay? Stand by. 1911 fanboys are on life support today, guys. I don't even know what to tell you at this point. The things I do for you guys, I'm like getting beat up out here. It is 100 degrees in the woods, not ideal. All right, guys, we're right around the 600 to 700 round mark at this point. We're going to keep testing, keep filming. Donate down below to the ammo fund, please. Here we go. Oh my God, dude. This is getting tedious. gun is starting to smoke. I'll take it out of cinematic mode here in a little bit. That way you guys can see a little bit more of the gun smoking like crazy. Okay, slide stop. Good chunk. Malfunction. I've lost count. Failure to feed. On the last round. Failure to feed on the last round. Seems to be so it's the last round pretty much every time is what I've noticed. The failure to feed happens most of the time on the last round. Slide stop. I lied. Another malfunction. The gun is lubed. I can see CLP all over this thing. The gun is lubricated. Malfunction again. Malfunction. Okay, gun is stopped up. That last malfunction was with a Springfield Armory magazine. So all the magazines are having issues with this gun. Failure to feed. Malfunction. Malfunction. Failure to feed. I hate this thing. Brother, like what are we... What is going on at this point, dude? Yep. Failure to feed. Failure to feed. A magazine without a malfunction is more rare than a magazine with a malfunction. Another magazine with no malfunctions. We're going to re-lubricate the gun on camera again, even though we started lubed. Put some on top of the barrel, put some on the side of the gun here, let it kind of seep in, and don't worry, we're going to do more. We're going to over-lubricate the gun. Put some inside here, put some on the barrel. You can see it's already lubricated though. Put some up in the slide mechanism. Let a ton get down in there. The gun, it could not be more lubricated at this point. It is completely soaked. It is over-lubed. All right, let's see what happens. The gun is literally glistening with lubrication. It was already lubed, but we have re-lubricated it with CLP. Let's see if it'll come back to life. Here, I have no hopes. Same malfunction. Failure to feed. Failure to feed. Same malfunction. This gun sucks. Malfunction. Failure to feed. Grips are loose again. Do your job. I cannot express in words how lubricated the gun is. Malfunction. Malfunction. Weird malfunction. Failure to feed. Strange, like double feed. Oh my God, dude. This is with a Springfield magazine, but it doesn't matter, they've all been malfunctioning. My hands are covered in CLP with the amount, or carbon with the amount of lubrication that's coming off of this thing. Okay, we have 3 more magazines, I believe, and then we are at the 1,000 round mark. Stand by. I want to take a second to document the gun, its current state, what it looks like, the level of lubrication. At about 3 magazines shy of 1,000 rounds. The grips have come loose again. It is a complete failure at this point. Regardless of lube, regardless of magazine, it does not matter. The gun sucks. About 100 rounds left to hit the 1,000 round mark. So far, it's been more malfunctions than functioning. Here we go. Last 100 rounds. Malfunction. Failure to feed. It's the last round again, I should note, for that magazine. However, it's not necessarily the rule. It has been malfunctioning on random rounds in the magazine. So, malfunction. I hate this gun. Last round of the magazine again. On that one, that was with a Wilson Combat. Malfunction. Second round of the magazine. The gun is smoking. That last one was with a Metgar magazine. Malfunction. Malfunction. Failure to feed. This gun sucks, dude. Now the slide doesn't even want to go forward. Reminder, guys, if you want to support the channel, donate to the ammunition fund, as that is the only way to support the channel outside of the Patreon right now. So if you like the Burn Down series, donate to the ammunition fund to help replace the ammunition that we're using for the videos. Thank you. Okay, guys, we are at the 1,000 round mark with the Tisas Raider, the M45A1 that we have at home, and it is an total and utter fail, okay? I want to note the accuracy is grouping low left for both targets, okay? You guys can see this one's grouping low left as well. It's not me, it's the gun, okay? Both targets are grouping low left. After 1,000 rounds, the grips have come loose again. The gun is completely unreliable with failure to feeds the entire freaking time. If you guys want to support the channel, donate to the ammunition fund. It helps out more than you know. Hit the like button. Thank you for doing that. And if you want this gun to go from the 1,000 round mark to the 2,000 round mark, I will feed off of your comments below. So vote, do you want this gun to go to the 2,000 round mark? Please don't say yes. But if you say yes, you better be dropping some money in the fund below. Thank you for being here. This gun is an absolute failure. We will debrief back in the AC to figure out what's going on with it. Thanks for being here, guys, and until next time, it's going to be Trench Grenade, your average Tisas Raider hater that your mom says that we have at home, signing out. Cheers.